Hello and welcome to another edition of Alien Investigations. I am your host Steven, and joining me once again on the channel is Guillaume. How are we doing, Guillaume?
Good. A little bit.
I know you're a little bit under the weather.
I can. Right. Yeah, I'll get through the game.
Excellent. Yep, I do hope you are on the path to a speedy recovery, and that by the time we do our next video, you'll be top notch.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So Guillaume and I are going to be playing a paint-by-numbers game of the X-Files CCG Advanced. We're using all the usual round of suspects, the cards from the Premier Edition, the Truth Is Out There Edition, the 1013 expansion, and you'll probably expect to come across some promos somewhere along the way. Wouldn't surprise me. We had a lot of good promos come up in the previous video. I'm certain we'll probably see at least a couple of them tonight. So tell us about your team. I know it's more or less the same team we saw in our previous game, but I do see at least one change.
Yeah, so my team is Agent Rich, Agent Colton, Bill Patterson, Karen Kosef, Agent Kresge, which were all on my previous team, and then I switched Nemhauser and I replaced him with Manners. It will give me one less res, but Manners' effect will allow me to get through my deck and find some witness cards, which would have helped me during our last game. I'm not sure it would have changed the outcome of the game, but at least I would have been able to maybe negate one adversary. So I'll see if it's good, trading the res for the two witnesses.
So I do want to mention one little augmented rule that I'm imposing, because I've had a bit of an issue with remembering to pay for a card in the thick of the game when there's a lot going on, and occasionally I forget to deduct the cost from the resource app we're using. So therefore, I'm imposing a penalty rule in which that if I forget to pay for a card within the phase that card is played, then Guillaume will be awarded the cost of that card. In other words, if I forget to pay for a conspiracy card that costs 5, and then we go into the next round and I had not paid for it, then Guillaume will be awarded the cost of that conspiracy card. He will be able to add that cost to his own conspiracy pool. So that's the breaks. And so if I have to learn the hard way, so be it.
Yeah, there are so many steps that you need to take when playing the cards that it's easy to forget sometimes. You're so anxious to be putting your strategy into play that sometimes you forget to pay the cost, or you go too quick and you only pay 4 instead of 5. And yeah, we do need to be more careful about that sort of things.
As I continued with editing that video, following that instance in which I neglected to pay for it, which it cost 4, but I had it face down, so it was only 3 that I forgot to deduct from it. There was never a point from the rest of the game on where my conspiracy pool dropped below 5. So it wound up being a moot point, but nonetheless, I don't like going back and finding that I forgot to pay for something somewhere along the way. So let's say I introduce my team, and then we'll get this party started. So my team consists of Agent Fox Mulder, Agent Karen Kosef, Dr. Charles Burke, Detective Manners, and last but not least, Albert Hosteen. So we are ready to get this game going because we've got our X-Files set aside here. I see, Guillaume, you're working with the red mat today.
Combat cards, it seems fitting.
Good call on that. All right, so I'm going to show you my 2 tokens, and if it wasn't clear in the previous video, here's what we're going to do. The blue token here, which you'll recall the image from the show's opening credits. This is the conspiracy token, which I'm going to use to represent damage. If you pick this token, you're going to be the conspiracy player to start the game. If you pick this token, which I'm using to denote the game effects for my agents, you will begin as the investigating player. Got it?
All right.
All right. So, which hand is going to be, right or left?
Right.
Right. You are going to begin as the
Conspiracy.
I dropped it. No, Guillaume, you're the.
No. Yeah.
You're the investigating player.
Investigating player. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason is because it's red.
Yeah.
So it matches the hand, whereas this is blue, and therefore it matches the shield, but it's the exact opposite. This is my conspiracy token. This is my game effect token. Conspiracy, investigating.
So
all right, so without further ado, let's draw our 7.
Drawing my free card. Alright, generating my res, which is 6. Okay, I am going to draw 1 card. Perfect example of bad shuffling right here. Alright, so passing it over to you to sell and buy.
Thank you. I will be selling 3 cards. The tape recorder for 4. The Walther PPK holdout weapon for 4. And the Thinker for 5. And that is a total of 13. Yeah. And of that, I will buy 6 cards. And that takes my conspiracy pull down to 12.
So, healing, no healing yet. Requisition, I'm not requisitioning anything. Deployment, I'm going to send everyone but Kresge to the field.
So what happens, Kresge? You turn in your assignments late, you don't get to play out in the field.
And we are going to go to the University of Maryland, Baltimore. So it's a criminal investigation, 4+ and result question. The card costs 2. I'm going to use Colton's token to pay for 1, and I'm paying 1 from my resource pool. And you can play your bluffs if you have any.
I do. I have 1 bluff that I'll be playing on that site.
Yeah, I'm sending everyone to the site.
Everyone is going in.
Yeah. Everyone except Karen Kosef.
Oh, Karen is sitting this one out, huh?
Yeah.
Did Patterson bench her?
Yeah, he doesn't like her.
He's like, here for social work and nothing else.
She's onto him, so he'd rather she stay away.
You ready to see the bluff?
Yep.
All right. And the bluff is Intruder Countermeasures Program. Play to add 2 conspiracy points to your pool immediately. And because the card was face down, it costs 0, so that will take my conspiracy pool up to 14. Okay. Any cards you're gonna play?
Not at the moment.
I will play Authorized Access Only, in which I will force an opponent team to make a Subterfuge 4 skill check. If they are not successful, they automatically fail the skill check for the site.
What the hell is
it? Please, step out of the car.
You think if maybe we ignore him, he'll go away?
Please, step out of the car.
Guess not.
This way.
Mulder, FBI!
Federal agents?
And that will take my conspiracy pool down from 14 to 10.
Well, yeah, that will do it. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to negate that card.
You want to tell me what this is about?
National security. Now get in your car.
Ouch. Not a strong start.
Couldn't.
The Men in Black strike again. I don't know if you realize, but the lead Man in Black on this card from Deep Throat, he's the same actor who played Scott Osselhoff in Gethsemane and Redux.
Really?
Yeah, so in my headcanon, that character there is Scott Osselhoff. There's
that's
no
awesome.
reason it can't be. So I thought that's kind of a cool little bit of unintended continuity. Or maybe it was intended, but somehow I doubt it. So let's move on to the debriefing phase. Guillaume, how many cards are you sitting on?
I have 8 cards.
Me too. And I really, really hate to have to part with any of them, but I'm gonna have to part with one. So which is it gonna be?
Okay, I'm going to discard this one. You've got a tail.
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna discard Meet Brother Andrew. Alright, we'll pass it back over to me, and I will draw my free card. My team generates a total of 5 res per turn, 2 of which are from Mulder, who must use his 2 res tokens to generate cards. So for this, I will be drawing 2 from Mulder. I'm going to buy a 3rd one, and then I'm going to add 2 to my resource pool. And I yield to you to sell as you wish. Yep, yeah.
I'm going to sell Agent Dan Katajan for 3, and I have to sell the Calius for 2. And so that's, I don't have a lot of resource cards in my hand. So that's 5. And out of those 5, I am going to buy 2 cards, which puts me at 8.
Seeing as this is my team's inaugural round, there is no need for healing. I do not have any equipment to requisition, so we'll be moving past that phase as well. For deployment, we're going to send everyone out to the field. All 5 agents are heading out to the field, for which I have decidedly little space to work with here, unfortunately. So for case assignment, we'll be sending the team overseas, specifically South America. The Teso dos Bichos excavation in Ecuadorian highlands of South America.
It's an armorer.
That is an observation site with a method question. And so Karen Kosef, who pays for observation and behavioral cards, I'm going to use her token to pay for part of the site, and then I will reduce 1 from my resource pool to pay for the remainder of the site. And before we get into investigation phase, I'm going to play a card, Reading the Signs. Play on a team in the field. If the team makes an occult investigation 4+ skill check, they may take 2 conspiracy points from their opponent's conspiracy pool and add them to their resource pool.
Mrs. McAlpin believes voodoo was behind her husband's death?
Mrs. McAlpin doesn't believe her husband killed himself. She wants to know who did.
Anyway, so I will add 2 more to my pool, and I will discard Reading the Signs. Thank you very much. Every little bit helps. So now, we enter the investigation phase, unless you have any bluffs you'd like to play before we do so.
Yeah, I'm going to play 1 bluff. Thank you.
So we have 1 bluff sitting on this site. Let's go into the investigation phase. I'm sending all of my agents to this site. We are all in, baby. Let's see that bluff.
6 and shift my graph. which costs 5, and since it was face down, it's 4. So that puts me down to 2. Force one agent your choice back to the bureau immediately. The agent may not contribute to any skill checks this turn.
Well, I am sitting on, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sitting on 6 observation. Mulder has 2, Detective Manners has 2, Albert Hosteen has 1, Chuck Burke has 1 for a total of 6. So no matter which agent.
My fault. I forgot that Manners. I do have the agent cards right there, and I did not see that Manners had 2. So yeah, doesn't matter. Should not have played that card. So yeah. Well,
but I'll let you. Nevertheless, I'll let you send an agent, and your choice.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I'm going to be sending. I'm going to send Mulder back to the bureau.
Sounds good. Maybe I'll get to requisition some equipment to him in the next round, if I should draw one that I like. Anyway, so Mulder has been sent back to the Bureau by Section Chief McGrath, which is fitting because that's how the events transpired in the Fallen Angel episode.
Protocol?
You failed to obtain proper authorization for your actions.
Because I knew it wouldn't be forthcoming.
You also violated a federal quarantine.
A cover-up
area,
was underway.
Exposing yourself and possibly others to toxic contamination.
Oh, toxic contamination. Are we back in that? You read my report. Explain the...
Nevertheless, my team remains strong with 4 observation. Do you have any other cards you'd like to hit me with, Guillaume?
Yes, I do, but I don't have enough CP to pay for it, so... Yeah.
Penny short, huh?
Yeah, thanks to that reading the sign card.
Oof. That proved to be a crucial card nonetheless, not just to award my resource pool, but to prevent you from hitting me with a secondary card. So, does that mean I get to go ahead with a question?
Yeah, you
Excellent.
can ask your question.
Alright, so the Tesos dos Bichos excavation is a method site, so therefore I will be throwing a method question your way, Guillaume. By any chance, is your X-Files method violence?
Yes, it is.
Holy cow. You know how infrequent it is that I should actually get one right, let alone on the first draw. It is unheard of. For those who have not been paying attention, I never get one right on the first draw. And because there's still a fair number of X-Files to choose from, I will be refraining from asking an identity question. Well, as good starts go, that was a pretty damn good one.
Oh, yeah.
So I will discard the site, and we will enter the debriefing phase.
I have 6 cards.
Okay, I'm gonna have to discard some stuff. Well, seeing as I have to discard something, I might as well do... I'm gonna play Warning from the Loa to force my opponent's player to reveal any adversary cards in his hand. If your opponent has 1 or more, discard 1 at random.
So I have the Sandman and I have Squeeze, which I would have played on your team if I had 1 more CP.
I reiterate. Alright, so I will deduct 2 from my resource pool, and...
So, the 2 cards are here. Which one do you want to...
we'll go with... put your... Yep. The other one.
The Sandman.
That would be the Sandman? Alright,
yeah.
So the Sandman...
So I have to discard... So I have to discard it, right?
Yes, you do. The Sandman has been put down.
No!
Thinking I still have one more I have to discard, but I really like all of them. Hate to do it, but I'm gonna discard Darkness Falls. I figure you've got, yeah, I figure you got detective manners, so you'd probably be able to call forth a witness to negate it. So that brings my hand down to 7. So let's say we pass it back to you.
Yeah. Draw my free card. Generate my raise, so that's 6. I'm going to buy 5 cards. And passing it to you to sell and buy.
Alright, so I will be selling just one card, Chester Bonaparte, for 5, and I will draw 4 cards and add 1 to my conspiracy pool. Oh, I got blue plate. Let's say we get that out of the way, shall we? So blue plate, for those of you who are unaware, will allow me to flip over the next card in my bureau deck. If that card is playable this turn, I may do so for 0 cost. And it is... Dun dun dun! Alien Experimentation. I don't know if you can see it because basically my laptop is occupying half the screen here, but Alien Experimentation will allow me to negate any 1 keyword event card. So I'm going to add that one to my hand, and I will place blue plate in the discard pile. So I guess if you play an event card this round, I will be negating it. And before we leave the briefing phase, I did also draw my video trap, which I will take the opportunity to play now. Video trap. Place this card next to your X-File. You may draw 1 card for free in each of your opponent's briefing phases. I will take my conspiracy pool down from 11 to 7, and I will draw that free card. Alright, so we have left briefing and we have entered the healing phase. But it doesn't look like you have anyone to heal. Alright.
And I am sending everyone to the site, to the field. And
well done, Kresky. You finished your paperwork.
Yeah.
Now you may play.
Case assignment, we are going to go to 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 house in Dudley, Arkansas, and I'm going to be using Karen's token to pay for that. And you are also going to go back, to try to go back to the University of Maryland, and I'm going to use Colton's token, which I forgot to put back on him. So I'm using Colton's token to pay for 1 and paying 1 for my pool. So 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 house is subterfuge or behavioral. It's an affiliation or motive question, and University of Maryland is criminal investigation and result.
I will play 1 bluff on University of Maryland.
Okay. So Kresky, Kosef, and Patterson are going to go investigate 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 house in Dudley, Arkansas. So we're going to go there first. So it's subterfuge, behavioral, affiliation or motive question.
And I assume you're applying the behavioral skills to that site, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Well, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to force you guys to make a computer force skill check. Otherwise, you will be unable to complete that skill check, courtesy of computer access denied, which I will deduct 2 from my conspiracy pool to pay for that.
I'm going to use one of my nurse's tokens to look through my bureau deck.
I'm curious which witness you have in mind.
So I'm going to play the thinker for 5. And I'm going to change one of your keywords. The keyword, or if there is a keyword computer on that card, I'm going to change it to healing. And I'm going to use Kreski's token to negate the card.
Well done. Well played. Yeah, that was motive and what else?
Affiliation.
Motive and affiliation. Yeah. I got nothing for that. You are free and clear, my friend.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, is your motive ideology?
It is not.
It's too bad. Okay, so it's it for that side. I don't know why I had a resource token on Patterson. And so next we're moving to the University of Maryland for a second try. So criminal investigation on results. So let's see the bluff.
The bluff is nasty surprise.
Yeah.
Play to add 5 tokens to your conspiracy pool. It was face down, so therefore the cost is 2. I will be adding 3 to my conspiracy pool for a total of 8. And I believe you're going to find that your investigation into the University of Maryland is a bit more fruitful this time, for I do not have any other card that I can play on you at that particular site. So job well done again.
Cool. So it's a result question. Is your result death?
I'm afraid it is. Nice call.
There should be a program which would allow us to just say yes or no, and it would automatically remove every possibility.
And then that would eliminate all errors too on our part.
Although that's something that I would be unable to program.
Right. But then again, I mean, I kind of like the old school act of just scratching out on a checklist. So it's it kind of evokes the whole like hard-boiled detective who goes around with the notebook in their hand and.
So University of Maryland is discarded.
And I'm afraid I'm going to have to discard my alien experimentation because you did not play an event card at all this round. And that takes my hand to 7, so I thankfully do not need to dispense of any cards this time.
So I have 9 cards, so I do need to discard something. Alright, so I have 7 cards now. So I'm discarding Folkestone, North Carolina, and I'm discarding Squeeze, since you've already seen him.
Mm-hmm.
And I now have 7 cards.
Without further ado, we'll pass it back to me, and I will begin by adding a token back onto Karen Kosev, and I will draw my free card. So I'm just going to take Mulder's 2 and add 3 to the pool. You're up.
So I'm going to sell a fast draw, which I was holding on to, but now I have to sell something. And
Gotta sell
I'm
something.
going to sell Deep Throat.
Whoa.
Yep. So that's 7. Puts me up at 9. And I'm going to buy 3 cards.
Alright, as we go into the healing phase, I have no agents in need of medical attention, so we'll move past to requisition. I do not have any equipment to requisition at this time, so we'll move on to deployment. We'll be sending Mulder back out onto the field, and they'll be heading to the Midwest, specifically Lake 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 in Sioux City, Iowa.
Ah! Ruby's gone! Ruby! Ruby! Ruby!
That is a motive site, Guillaume, with a prerequisite of alien investigation, for which Mulder, Hossein, and Burke collectively apply 8 alien investigation. Oh, I'm sorry, 7. My bad. 7 alien investigation. Mulder has 4, Hossein has 2, Burke has 1. And before you play any cards, I'm going to take advantage of Albert Hossein's token. Take a look at what you have in your hand.
Alright, so I have Deceiving the Flock. I have Pete Kilkenny. Assassinated. I have Computer Access Denied. Ambush. Great File Research. Successful Diagnosis. And Autopsy.
Good lord. You're never shy on anti-witness cards. Let's see. So I'm mostly worried about that Computer Access Denied, but since I do have Chuck Burke, I think I'll cast Hossein's token on Deceiving the Flock.
Alright.
So if Guillaume should play Deceiving the Flock, I will be afforded a question regarding his X-File. So, do you have any bluffs you'd like to play?
No.
No. Yeah, I know you have at least one other bluff in your hand there, but for all the good it does, right?
No.
And so we are going to use one of Mulder's tokens to pay for that site. And since you have no bluffs to play on me, we will move on to the investigation phase.
And I have no other cards to play on them, as you've seen.
No, you don't.
So Deceiving the Flock was the one card I was going to play, so yeah, you're free to ask your question.
Yep. Oh, thank you so much. Before I do that, I'm going to play a card because otherwise I'm going to have to be discarding some stuff. I'm going to play Friend in the FBI. Place this card in your bureau. Place 10 tokens on this card. During your debriefing phase, you may take up to 2 tokens from this card and place them in your resource pool. The tokens become resource tokens when all tokens have been removed. Discard this card. Love this card. I'm glad you guys have taught me the ways of Friend in the FBI for my deck.
It's become a staple in your deck.
Well, yeah, I put 2 of them in there to best ensure a good chance that they will come up at some point in the game, and I'm glad they do because my team just doesn't have a whole lot of res, and I can't just be relying on like hard evidence or whatever to come up because it doesn't always come up when I need it. So yeah, we got Friend in the FBI, which costs 2, and I'll take 2 from the pool. I should have just played it at the beginning, but I just was kind of like, oh, let's move along. Let's see if I can repeat my luck from the previous round and guess correctly at your X-Files motive. By any chance, is your X-Files motive control?
No, it is not.
It is not. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I have narrowed your X-File down to 7 possibilities. And none of which are occult X-Files. Not too bad. Nevertheless, I will once again refrain from taking a crack at your X-Files identity for the time being. After all, this is only the 4th round. There's still plenty of game left to be seen, I'm sure, and the night is young.
Well, except for him,
No.
because the sun is already up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for me, yeah, the night is relatively young. For you, maybe not so much. Right. So, how many cards does that leave you in your hand?
So I have 8. I'm going to discard the ceiling of block.
A wise choice. A wise choice indeed. Once again, I'm faced with a hard decision to have to discard something. I feel like I'm gonna regret it. But I'm gonna discard Alien Discretion. 'Cause damn, I like all the other cards in my hand. If that's any indication. Anyway, so now my hand is down to 7 cards, and I will pass it over to you.
Alright, drawing my free card. Generating
As
res.
will I, courtesy of the video trap.
That's 6 res plus my 10. And I'm going to draw. Hold on. Three cards. I'm passing it to you to sell and buy.
Thank you so much. I'm going to sell the 2-Lux video camera for 5. I will be adding 2 to my conspiracy pool and buying 3 cards. Not too shabby. Back to you.
So no healing, no requisition. Everybody stays in the field. And for case assignment, we are going to go to Folkestone, North Carolina. The site costs 1. It's behavioral or bureaucracy 5+. I'm going to be using current token to pay for the site. And it's an affiliation or motive question.
1 bluff on that site.
I'm sending these 4, so Kresge and Manners stay away from the site.
Kresge and Manners have been benched.
Yes. So
I'm afraid.
use a bluff.
I'm afraid that might have been a fatal flaw on your part, my friend. For my bluff is Peter Tanaka, in which I will play to change the site prerequisite to observation 3, and I will reduce my conspiracy pool down from 10 to 8. You left out Manners, I'm afraid, and that may have made the difference.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, that was a cheap method of disposing of your site. Not too bad. Alright. Shall we say debriefing phase?
Yeah.
I will be discarding 1, the psychotic attack.
So I have to discard 3 cards. So I'm discarding Pete Kilkenny, assassinated and computer access denied.
Ouch, ouch, and ouch.
Yeah. Well, computer access denied is useless on your team, so...
As long as I got Chuck on my team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready to pass it back to me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, let's do this. I will draw my free card. And what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We need a really good investigation here. Trying to pump up my agents here. Let's get 2 cards for Mulder, and then add Let's do that. I'll add 2 to the pool, and I'll buy a third. So 3 cards, 2 in the pool. And 2 from friend in the FBI. Let's take my resource pool up to 11. I believe that's the first time I've seen double digits in my resource pool, if I'm not mistaken. What are you selling today?
I'm going to be selling a Lieutenant Marcus belt and the Alien Stiletto for 7. Puts me up at 13.
Not a bad call. Odds of seeing an alien adversary coming up? Pretty slim.
And I'm going to buy 4 cards.
Once again, I have no agents in need of healing, so we'll move past the healing phase. We will enter the requisition phase, in which I do not have any equipment that I wish to pass on to my agents. They're holding up pretty well on their own. So we'll move on to deployment. We'll be keeping the team deployed as they are. And we'll be next moving into the case assignment. We'll be heading to the outskirts of Atlantic City, New Jersey. That is a multi-site, Guillaume, with the keywords affiliation, motive, subterfuge, and observation. And Miss Kosif will do the honors of paying for that observation keyword card. Do you have any other cards you'd like to hit me with?
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, no. Well, you're not really giving my team a run for their money, I'm afraid.
No.
But I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to reduce the number of cards in my hand, so I'm gonna have to play some hard evidence, some really hard evidence, to add 5 tokens to my resource pool. And because the card costs 2, I will be adding 3. We'll discard that. And now, let's say we take another crack at your X-File and see if maybe I can reduce the possibilities of what it might be. So I have been blessed with the choice between affiliation or motive. So Guillaume, by any chance, is your X-File's motive survival?
No, it's not.
It is not. And your X-File's affiliation is not government. So now I have you down to 4. But because I really don't want the game to come to such a quick resolution, I am disinclined to ask an identity question. Alright, let's head over to the debriefing phase, shall we?
Yep, I have 7 cards.
Alright, I gotta get rid of one. Question is, which one? I really don't want to, but I'm gonna have to discard a sight card, and hopefully I will draw one on the next go, because I really think I need everything else in my hand for what you might be throwing at me in this next round. So, let's pass it back to you, and let's see what you can come up with in this next round of investigating.
Okay, free card, generating my res, so that's 13.
And I will also draw my free card, courtesy of Video Trap.
And I will buy 2 cards. Back to you.
Thank you. I will be selling 2 cards. Near-death experience for 4, and shotgun for 6, for a total of 10. I'll buy 4 cards and add 6 to my conspiracy pool. And 8, so that takes it up to 14. Back to you, my friend. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Actually, before I actually pulled Rejuvenating Caves for the first time, is it okay to play it now, or do I have to wait?
I think you can play it now.
So, Rejuvenating Caves. I will play that now to place 10 tokens on this card. Beginning on my opponent's next turn, I may take up to 2 tokens from this card and place them in my conspiracy pool. The tokens become conspiracy tokens when all counters have been removed. Discard this card. It's nice. It's the first time I've had Friend of the FBI and Rejuvenating Caves, both on the field. So I've got 10 tokens on there, and I will be deducting 2 from my conspiracy pool to pay for it. And I pass it back to you.
No healing, no requisition. Deployment, I'm going to keep everybody in the field. I'm going to play Grip and Search for 2 because I don't have a site.
What do you want?
Just a few minutes of your time, ma'am. Beautiful day, isn't it? I wonder if I can interest you in the word of the Lord. Leather bound in black or red. Your choice.
Go away.
This is 1-4, target sighted.
And you are going to go back to Folkestone, North Carolina. I'm going to be using Karen's token to pay for it. And you can play bluffs if you have any. It's a bureaucracy, behavioral, affiliation, or motive.
Well, a tough bind here, but I still got a bluff.
Everyone's going to the site, and let's see the bluff. Hopefully,
I was just trying to see if we... What's that?
Hopefully, it's not card trouble.
It's just the conundrum, unfortunately. But I'm not gonna. Yeah, I was bluffing. Had to get rid of the card, otherwise. So, yep. No, that is all I have. I'm afraid.
Oh, cool.
I'm drawing blanks here, Guillaume. I'm afraid. So, yeah, I got nothing.
Is your motive control?
It is not control. I don't know why. I was about to say, I thought you asked me that already, but I was the one who asked you that. It is not control. So how many do you have me down to at this point?
If I did not make any mistake, I have you down to 4.
Wow. We are in a close-knit game here.
Yeah.
Alright. You want to take a 25% chance at my X-File? Or shall we proceed?
There is something that I won't know. I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to guess.
Yeah, because at this point it'll wind up being like the shortest game we've ever played at the rate it's going. Alright, so debriefing. Yeah, we are now in debriefing, and once again I gotta get rid of something.
I have 9 cards, so I'm going to...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of Flaming Wall and Mass Grave. Much as I really want to play Mass Grave, it's just not working for me. I could have just put it out as a bluff, but I would have just been getting rid of it. So
I'm going to discard 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 and Too Close to the Truth.
Well, the round comes back to me. I will add Kosov's token right back to her, and I will draw my free card. So let's say we take 2 for Mulder. We'll take 2 more. And then we'll add 1 to the pool, and then 2 additional ones will be added to the pool from Friend in the FBI. It's your turn now.
So I'm going to sell Secret Passage for 4, Autopsy for 2, and Trap Ghost for 2. That's 8. Puts me up at 17. And I'm going to buy 7 cards. Let's go through that deck.
Okay, so I have no one in need of healing, and I have nothing to requisition. I believe we'll keep the team deployed as they are. And they're going to be heading up north, way north, specifically Dead Horse, Alaska. which is a multi-site, as you well know, Guillaume, with the keywords affiliation, result, alien investigation, and evidence collection. And I will be using one of Mulder's tokens to pay for it. Bluff me.
All right.
Bring on the bluffs.
One bluff.
One bluff. I'm feeling brave. So let's see it.
Sinus cavity implant.
Another sinus cavity implant. How dare you, sir? Fortunately, I do have a solution for that. And it is No One So Paranoid. The Gen Con promo has once again entered the fray, and I will be paying a very steep cost to keep my team's res as is. So I'll be taking my resource pool down from 12 to 7. What else you got for me?
I have nothing.
Oh my gosh.
So it's an affiliation result?
And result.
Okay, so since we are getting close to the end, I'm going to be playing Red-Haired Man.
Red-Haired Man. Awesome. Now we're getting somewhere.
Oh yeah. At least, even if he's negated, at least one adversary would have been played. So
At
it's
least one.
Conspiracy affiliation site, and it's an adversary, government, creature, and master.
So Sheriff Mazeroski is useless against him, for he is a master, not a pawn. Well, I fortunately have something to remedy this situation that the red-haired man has put me in, and it is evasive maneuvers, which I will pay for to negate one non-phenomena adversary, and that will take my resource pool down from 7 to 3. And I await any other cards you might have for me.
Well, again, since we're getting close to the end, I'm going to play This Is Not Happening 4/4.
Oh, goodness. You're going to make me discard how many cards from my hand?
3
4?
cards.
3 cards from my hand are getting... Oh my goodness.
What do you want with us?
How did the alien respond?
Well, all he did was...
Man, that sucks. I'm kind of fond of the cards that are in my hand, but I have 9 cards, Guillaume. Oh, sorry, you can't see them. I'm sorry. Let me move.
Well, you know what? You just discard the first 3 cards.
These 3 here?
Yeah.
Or these 3?
These 3, yes.
Those 3. Okay. Oh god, I'm scared to look. What are? Oh gosh. Frohickey. The Erlenmeyer Flask. Ouch. And last but not least, the Sandman.
Oh, you had him as well.
Yeah, I did have him as well, so it's almost a little... It's fitting that we have both forced each other to discard our respective Sandmen. On the plus side, I still get to take a crack at your X-File,
yeah.
If nothing else. And so, I will be asking either a affiliation or result question. So let's say, Guillaume, by any chance, is your X-Files result death?
No, it's not.
It is not. Well, I have you narrowed down to 2, and they are both of the evolutionary persuasion. I don't know. After you forced me to have to discard some very nice cards, I'm almost like inclined to just bring this to a close. But let me ask, did you choose randomly?
Yeah.
You did? Yeah. Yeah, I figured you did. It's 50-50. Alright, well, by any chance, Guillaume, is your X-File Eve?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I was really expecting you were going to say no. Wow. What is up with my suddenly exceptional guesswork? That came out of nowhere. Holy smokes. I've never been this lucky in a game. Wow.
Yeah, good job.
Eve it is. On a random draw. Well, do you want to take a shot? 25% chance? What do you think my X-File was?
Is your X-Files 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 Toombs?
Oh, is he still a possibility?
Yeah.
He's not. It's not Eugene Victor Toombs. I would not. I don't choose randomly, but yeah, I would not choose him again for. I feel like I've had 2 games with him already. No, for I was the Jersey Devil. Yeah, I have not chosen her as an X-File. I can't even tell you the last time. I honestly have no memory of ever having chosen her as an X-File.
And the combat card that I wanted to play on red-haired man was Ambush. So
read that one for me, if you don't mind.
Play this card on any combatant with a subterfuge skill of 1+, or that is capable of using subterfuge cards. The opposing side's long-range combat attack is negated this round. So kind of like what you did to me with Toombs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I also had a combat card in my hand too, but unfortunately I didn't get a chance to get played. I had Mind Control, which would have been a sweet move to cause one agent to allocate all basically, yeah, attack one of your agents with another.
And you call it Flaming Wall, and I also had Flaming Wall in my hand.
Well, it was a good game, but it was just, just not very exciting, unfortunately.
It was by the number game, like nothing really even. No. You did not use any of Manor's token, is that correct?
I did not use either of them. I mean, it was the red-haired man was the only adversary you threw at me, so I didn't have anything else to pull from with Manor's tokens. Yeah.
I'm thinking about trying to recreate the Once a Paranoid card from my future print order, but I'm like, what do you think? Is that like kind of cheating since I don't actually
No, absolutely not. Unless you were to add if you were to make it cost 4 instead of 5, or add an extra effect on that would be cheating. But no, if you're just recreating that, I tell David the same thing, because I think David would benefit from doing the same thing, because he's lacking on a lot of those ultra rare cards that he doesn't have Deep Throats, he doesn't have No One So Paranoid or anything like that. But it's like, you know what? Those are good cards. Contact Dax and ask him to hey, recreate a Deep Throat for me or whatever. I tell him to do that, but yeah, I don't know if he has or not. But no, yeah, go for it. Just because the card is it would cost you triple digits to.
No, yeah, I would never actually buy it. So
yeah, no one.
And there is it's the only card that I'm missing from in the binder. So
yeah,
it would be good to be able to finally have that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you could say it's for completest sake. I don't know, recreating one would count towards that. But as far as gameplay goes, I mean, by all means, go for it.
And when I was putting the cards in my binder this week, I wondered something. For the promo cards, they are numbered. So you have Colonus Morofan, which is number 7, and then you have Interrogations, the card that Dax recreated, and it's number 8. Mm-hmm. And then you have Je vois quelque chose là au-dessous, which is number 10. And so do you know what number 9 is supposed to be?
Yeah, the numbers I haven't committed. I mean, unless it's the Backbreaker, because the Backbreaker is a promo card.
Isn't Backbreaker XF98?
Well, the one that... I thought it was a promo card.
But maybe it might be a promo, but wasn't it one of those cards that was supposed to be released in 98 as opposed to 97?
It was, I guess it was supposed to be part of the Scully set. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's, I'm just because I'm confused, because Dax made his own version of it. But I'm pretty sure it's a promo card. But I don't know if that was it.
So it could be Backbreaker then, okay.
Let me, I don't know if I have the number for it. Because I have all the Scully cards in my spreadsheet for the 17 events. Let me take a look. Get the very bottom. It's PR 9714.
14.
Yep. All right, let me go through my spreadsheet to see if I can figure out the number 8. I have them divided up into columns, so all the promos are in one column, so it's pretty quick. All right, Henderson is number 6. Dark Angel's number 1.
Yeah, she's 96 though.
Oh, okay. I was just seeing if they're just continuing the numbering. I assume they just, regardless of the year, the numbers will just keep counting.
From 96 you have 7 cards, and that ends with Teamwork, and then 97 starts with Believe the Lie, which is number 1. Then you have Indeed You Might Believe number 2, etc. And
oh yeah, I forgot about those. Let me just scroll down through them. Fighter Interceptor 96-2, Teamwork 96-7. Oh, and here's a bunch. Dihan Diverlet's 97-11, Chester Bonaparte 96-5, The Smoke and Mirrors, which are all 97 and all 06.
Yeah.
Deny Everything, which is, I have it as 999. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah. So that's why when you say it's number 14, then I'm like, not on the menu is number 12. Deny Everything is like 999. So maybe they did count that as number 13 and then Backbreaker.
All right, so I have a bunch coming up now. No One's So Paranoid, but that's 9604. That's 96.4.
Yeah.
Good Fortune is 97.4. Je vois quelque chose là-dessous.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get better as I play the card more. So that one is number 10. Is 97 number 10?
Yeah.
Not on the menu. 97.12. Blue Plate Special 97.9. Calling Us More Often 97.7.
Oh, you know what? It's because I only have one Blue Plate Special, and it's number 9. So actually, I was saying what?
Oh, it's Blue Plate?
Yeah. No card is missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Before that created interrogation, there was one missing card, but that now is interrogation. We know it's number 8. Number 9 is Blue Plate Special. Yeah.
Yeah, I never really thought about the numbering them because I have them all in episode order. So, how are you feeling about your team after 2 forays? Well, granted, they were slightly different, but how do you feel about them? Being as they're the behavioral bunch, as I like to call them.
I think I like the team. It's just that in those 2 games, and more so than during any other games, the cards that I needed did not actually come up at the right time. So I did have manners which allowed me to search through my deck, so it was useful once. But I think I still need to trim that deck a little bit more.
I think that's just what it's coming down to. It's just too heavy. Yeah. It's I get that some people have different opinions of how the way they interpret these cards, and I understand that we've had instances like that. But by and large, we're able to. I don't. I mean, chalk it up to bad shuffling, but my 2 Kevin Morrises were back to back on here, so they were not shuffled as cleanly this time. But yeah, he was kind of towards the bottom. Sorry. Yeah, but I think, talking amongst ourselves, whenever a questionable rule comes up, we're able to resolve it. Pretty much every time we're able to resolve it to everyone's contentment. To my knowledge, I can't think of a time.
If there are no stakes, in the game. Maybe it does help also because, yeah, some people really do get really competitive even in friendly games. So I can't remember what was the what was the price for the person who won
the Scully set agents, for which Nathan is now the proud bearer of those agent cards. Even though like Frank Burst and maybe Kaleka are the only two I would actually ever have on my team, but still, I'd want to own them someday.
I think to me as well, what first drew me to the game was the graphics on the card, and I think looking at other collectible card games, I think I like the X-Files graphic better. It's just beautiful.
It is. It very much is. I mean, Magic. I mean, sure, it's Magic popular, but I look at those cards and they don't speak to me the same way these cards do. And it maybe it's because of our intimate knowledge of the show that they speak to us on that level. I mean, there are things about them like there's some, like if you look at the quote. I mean, obviously, it's like if you had to get rid of some text on here. Quote's something that isn't like vital to the card, but it gives it flavor, and it helps you to see how the card has been translated from the episode. I mean, you don't necessarily need to have the episode title listed on there either. That's something you could easily drop too. But the fact that's fine. I like that it is full of text. So that wraps it up. So we will see you guys next time on the next edition of Alien Investigations.